Hello everyone, Barb here from barbaderholt.closetomyheart.com. Well, today I have a little bit of a layout share. I have some pictures that I managed to get scrapbooked from this past Christmas 2023 and some other what I like to call floating layouts. I'll explain what I mean when I get to them. But the first layout is this title page for our 2024 album. Now this looks like I'm super on top of everything, and I am not, but I like to have a little hope. So I used some of the Bring Back My Pack called, let me grab it, Skylark. This was a paper pack from a couple of years ago, and in fact several years ago, and I really liked it. Thought it was so pretty. So when they brought it back, I made sure to get some. I believe it is still available. So I did gut out that pattern paper to save to use that pretty pattern on another project. And this is just White Daisy. The, what do we want to call that, stenciling that I did on there is from the Skylark collection. So it's a big 12 by 12 stencil. I'll bring it in here so you can kind of see it on that pattern paper. Maybe if I take the plastic out. Oh yeah, sure, you can see it better. So I just laid it on top of the White Daisy, and I used a palette knife and I put on some of this opaque matte texture paste, and this is a little piece of press and seal that I put on here. This is a tip I think I saw from Jennifer McGuire a long time ago, but I put that on there and it really does do the trick to help keep my texture paste moist. I've had this for a while and so far so good, not dried out. Then I did add right on top of everything, this is, oh, can I read it? It's got such tiny print. Asteroid. Yes, asteroid glitter gel. And I just went right over the top of everything even while it was wet. I didn't even move the stencil. I did the white first, and then I did the pretty, it's got stars in it and all sorts of little flecks and things. It's really pretty. And I'm very happy. I just did a little bit of cutting with my Cricut, and some of these images are close to my heart images, some are just in my design space. But I think that's really pretty, and I'm hoping it inspires me to be a little better about keeping up. So here are my layouts from this past Christmas. Most of my pages feature pictures of my granddaughter. That gets most of it in there. I used some silver bells, and I was almost completely finished when my husband said, oh, I have those couple of pictures that you asked me to take. And I thought, oh, how am I going to put them on here? I was really happy with how this went. And I thought, well, you know what? I can do a Pocket Plus. Now this particular style is no longer available as far as the size of it with the 4x6 vertical pockets, but there is a 4x4, so 3 pockets of 4x4 that is this size. So, and they're in the big catalog, in the main catalog. So I just made a little pocket with a little library card thing so that I can write the story, and my husband just snapped that of me with our granddaughter. And then on the other side, same layout. Didn't try to get super creative and do a bunch of different things. I just basically did the same thing. And this picture is my 3 boys, and when they are talking together, it is like they are code talkers. They have their own language. It is quite amazing. So, and I do believe I have these backwards. I think they will go in the album like this. And then this just fits right in between. It just goes right into that binder ring, and sits right there, and then you can flip it over. And I figured it didn't really matter if it was the same on both sides because you don't see both sides at the same time. So I just love how those turned out, and I'm really happy that those are done. And this one, I wanted to use the January stamp of the month. I just didn't know what I was going to scrapbook. New beginnings. I was kind of coming up blank. And then I remembered that I had taken a picture of our brand new tree. And that really is a new beginning for us because this is the first year that we have had an artificial tree. So I thought it deserved its own page. And there it is. And I used some of those fun cutouts from that January stamp of the month. And every year I do a layout featuring our Christmas cards. Well, I used up just about everything I made. I had several different designs this year. I had taken a couple of photos, so I scrapped photos and the one that I had left here, and that's as good as it's going to get, and it will be fine. I will look at these and I will go, oh, I remember doing that. And this will give me the year from these cards. Here is where I come to my floating layouts. I call them floating layouts because these photos have all been floating from pile to pile to pile to pile around my craft room for years. And I have made it a goal to get some of this stuff taken care of. Now, this 2-page layout I started last year sometime. So I dug it out and I did some Cricut cuts, just cut a bunch of stuff out. Didn't have an idea of what or how I was using it. I just cut it out. And I'm quite happy with that. A picture of the boys, picture of our beautiful fall leaves one year, another picture of the boys. They're not all from the same time, but they're all from the fall and from about October. So I figured close enough. Then I had these 2 pictures, and my kids went to Catholic school, and in the spring they would have an outdoor mass. And a friend of mine took these pictures and gave them to me, and they, again, have been floating around for all of these years. I haven't had a child at this school since about 2005 or 2006, so it's been over 10 years, and these pictures have not been dealt with. So I did this. Is it beautiful? Could I submit this to some competition for scrapbooking? Nope. No, I could not. But I used up these glitter shapes that I had left over from some other project. They were in a kit, and I dug them out and I threw them on there. And quite frankly, anything sparkly and glittery looks pretty to me, and I'm happy with it. This is another one of those situations with memorabilia. Now, a couple of years ago, I went through, I had those magnetic albums. You peel back the plastic and you'd lay your pictures down. Those are horrible for your photos. If you have photos in those, gently remove them and put them in pocket pages or do something else with them, because that is not good for your photos. I know I did pages featuring the photos from this trip, and I stumbled across the memorabilia from it, and I thought, oh geez, what am I going to do with this? Again, Pocket Plus pages to the rescue. I know that I have these in an album, the pages with the photos, and I can just stick this right in the middle of those pages and they'll be there. And I just did a quick little rundown of what we did and what the memorabilia is about, and that'll be good. It's good enough. In fact, this brochure, I just folded it so that it would fit in the pocket. It's fine. I don't want to get rid of it. It's a trip, that one of the first trips my husband and I took after we got married. So it's special and I wanted to keep it. Then I had these pictures. Again, someone gave them to me, and they have been, oh my goodness, this is from, I think my son was in 2nd or 3rd grade. I forget, whatever Bobcat is from Scouts. And they were building their little space derbies, the little rockets. And I used the stamp set that I have from, oh my goodness, Stampin' Up! From when my oldest was in Cub Scouts. So I got them down. I wrote down who was in the pictures and what we were doing, and that's it. Again, not award winning, but I used up a piece of that specialty pattern paper that I picked up 20 years ago, and I made a layout. So that's it. That is my pile of layouts that I got done. And I'm hoping that I will keep on this journey of getting some of this stuff taken care of. I hope you look at those piles and just start grabbing and putting them together. You don't have to make magazine quality layouts, but you do need to tell the story, because once you're gone, the story's gone. And people will want to know what the story was behind those pictures. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a blessed, crafty day, and I'll see you next time.